Good morning, my dear students of class 8th. I welcome you all to the same class where we will continue the chapter When People Rebel. Children, before beginning with the chapter, I would like to assure myself that I hope everybody received the map work where 5 points were marked for history from the chapter Tribals and the Decoys. So please practice those 5 particular points by heart. You need to do a thorough practice of those 5 points of the map work. Coming to the diagrams, since you all have got the notice of subjective examination, let me clear few important points. History map work I have given and I have posted myself in both the classes. Coming to the map work for geography, minerals and power resources, I sent the PDF which I am assured of that you people have done it by now. Coming to the diagrams, children, every single thing is a part of your syllabus if the chapter is there in the syllabus. So you have to practice all the diagrams which I have made you do in your geography copies, like biogas plant, then the 3 R's, concept of 3 R's, where you have 3 arrows: reduce, reuse and recycle, and the last is soil profile. So children, these diagrams plus the 2 maps are all your part of your geography syllabus and history syllabus together in social science syllabus for subjective examination. If you still have any doubt, you may reach me out and you may clear your doubts. I don't think so now you will be having your doubt. All the chapters, children, which I have mentioned in the syllabus are going to come. So it may be there for 2 marks, it may be there for 3 marks, it may be there for 5 marks. But you need to practice the diagrams, you need to practice the 2 maps by heart, right? So let us start with the chapter. Let us start with the chapter which says When People Rebel. Children, in this chapter we have studied by now the policies and the people. Then we saw Nawabs started losing their power. After that we saw the peasants and the sepoys, how they were having that distrust in the Britishers. Then children, we will see responses to reforms. When Britishers started bringing in changes, when Britishers started bringing in reforms, how did we Indians responded to them? Now, number 1, we will be discussing responses to reforms. Number 1, the British believed that Indian society had to be reformed. Laws were passed to stop sati system, to encourage widows' remarriage, because we in Hindu society were not having these laws. Sati system, we all know, when the woman who lost her husband used to sit on the pyre of that husband and she used to sacrifice their life. Then widows were not allowed to remarry. So Britishers wanted to bring in changes in these fields. Third, the literature and the culture of India was also made to feel that by the Britishers that it is obsolete. Obsolete is something old, outdated and unworthy. So Britishers felt that our literature is something very unworthy. It is obsolete, not in trend. One of the Britishers writers said that the entire literature of India and Arab is equal to one shelf of the books of English literature. So one British writer compared Indians' literature and he compared it with just one shelf of the British literature. So that was very demotivating for us to know that. So Britishers did not like these statements. I mean, the Indians did not like these statements, right? Now, all these points, children, were putting a setback in the Indians. The Indians did not want the Britishers to come into their religious belief. They did not want the changes in sati system. They did not want changes in widow remarriage. Widows were not allowed to remarry. So Britishers wanted to bring in these changes. Then Indians took these reforms as an offense, and they thought that their culture and heritage was, considered them as subordination of religious practices and opposed them. It is very simple. When Britishers tried to interfere into religious segments and in overall social area, the Indians did not like it, and hence they had to rebel, and hence they had to oppose. Is responses to reforms clear? If not, you may ask me again, children, right? Do write in the comment section. I will get back in the next class again with any point if you are not clear with. Now, the next topic we are going to discuss is through the eyes of the people. Through the eyes of the people, as the name suggests, it is bringing in the perspective of ours, bringing in the perspective, the vision of us, the Indians, right? English were determined to wipe out our religious beliefs of Hindus and Muslims and wanted the whole population to be converted to Christianity. So, this point number one was our perspective, isn't it? This was the whole scenario, what we thought that Britishers wanted. Perspective. This is the Indians' point of view. Indians thought that British wanted us to convert to Christianity. Then, children, a mutiny became a popular rebellion. What is mutiny? Mutiny is where the soldiers deny the orders. Where the soldiers deny the orders. In May 1857, a massive rebellion started against the company's very presence in India. So it was the first time when a massive, means in masses, in huge number, people stood against the Britishers. Number two, the instant reason of mutiny was the use of cartridges. Children, I explained in the previous class where the sepoys did not want to touch that cartridge with their mouth because it was greased with animal's fat and that oil. So, with pig fat, it was greased with pig fat. Sepoys took it as a hurt, a big hurt to their religious sentiments. All right. Now, sepoys, multinied in several places, beginning from Meerut, and a large number of people from different sections of society rose up in this rebellion. Children, we all see when people start revolting, one segment influences the other group influences the third group. This way, the sepoys from different areas started coming and joining this revolt. Next point, children. Anger against high taxes, disrupted of crafts and trade, dissatisfaction of nobles, and rumors in sepoys finally led to the mutiny of 1857. Children, all these small things added on to this big, massive revolt, where sepoys were not happy, nobles were dissatisfied, the craft and trade was being suppressed by the Britishers because they were taking undue advantage of our resources. So, and overall high rate of taxes. So, all these things came together, combined, and this ignited a fire to huge revolt of 1857, children. Now, from Meerut to Delhi, how did this journey come across? On 29th March 1857, Mangal Pandey, a young soldier, was hanged to death for attacking his officers in Barakpur, and soldiers also rebelled against the use of grease cartridges. So this Mangal Pandey attacked the Britishers because he was the first one to object to use these grease cartridges, which were coated with pig's fat. Now, number two, children. In response to this revolt, soldiers were captured and were put in jail. Now, all these soldiers who revolted, obviously, if 5 people are going to come and stand against someone, if you brother and sisters go and say, Mama, we are on revolt, we will not listen to you, Mama will give you a 2 tight slap and you will be gone to your room. Similarly, children, these soldiers who revolted, no, it is nothing to laugh. These soldiers, children, they also were suppressed. They were very few in number, and we all know Britishers were having huge annexation everywhere. How we Indians were suppressed then. So, as soon as any British officer started revolting, they were put behind bars. Point number 3, children. The response of other Indian soldiers in Meerut was quite extraordinary. They marched to the jail to Meerut and released the imprisoned sepoy. So Mama locked one child in the room because he was not listening to Mama. The sister went there and sister opened the room. So this similarly, children, the Meerut soldiers, they were, the Meerut soldiers, the Meerut soldiers went there and they freed all their fellow soldiers who were put behind bars. And Britishers did not like it. So the sepoys rode all night of 10th May and they reached Delhi. So when they had freed all their fellow soldiers, they all marched to one place, which was Delhi. And which date? 10th of May. I hope these three things are clear to you. Next, the regiments stationed in Delhi also rose up in rebellion and many British officers were killed. Arms and ammunition seized, buildings were set on fire. This was a time of extreme violence when all the soldiers started reaching Delhi and they had to confront the British army. So soldiers and Britishers. So what happened? They started attacking different buildings. They were set on fire. Complete state of violence was there. Now, the soldiers forcibly met Bahadur Shah Zafar and proclaimed him as their leader. What did the Indian soldiers want? They did not want the authority of Britishers and they proclaimed that Bahadur Shah Zafar is our leader, not you Britishers. Is this much clear? Now, Bahadur Shah accepted the rebellion's plea and he called the rulers to fight against Britishers. So Bahadur Shah Zafar accepted to these terms and conditions of Indian soldiers and he called different regional rulers to fight together against the British rule. Now what happened is a big suspense which I will reveal it. It is not a suspense, it was just a funny statement, children. I will discuss the next part in the next class. So till then, children, take care, have a nice day and see you all. Bye-bye.